Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to work on the letter block. This letter block is in millimeters. It's 200 millimeters by 200 millimeters and 200 millimeters deep. Within the 200 millimeter block, there is a 160 millimeter square that is indented 5 millimeters. Each of the 160 millimeter squares are 20 millimeters from each edge. So let's go ahead and go to Home. We're going to click on the gear to make sure we're in millimeters. And we start our part. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click Start 2D Sketch. I'm going to choose the top, and I'm going to draw a rectangle starting from the origin, 200, tab, 200, enter. So now I have my 200 by 200 square. What I'm going to do is hit Finish Sketch, extrude, and I'm going to extrude this up 200. So now I'm going to choose one of these sides, and I can edit the extrusion, I can edit the sketch, or I can create a new sketch, and I want to create a new sketch. So I'm going to click Create a New Sketch, and I'm going to draw a new rectangle somewhere in the middle here. And I'm going to make this 160, tab, 160, enter. Now this is the right size, but it's not the right distance from the edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Dimension. I'm going to click on the outside edge of the square. Going to click on the top of the cube. I'm going to change this to 20 millimeters. I'm going to click on the outside edge of the square and the outside edge of the cube, and I'm going to make that also 20 millimeters. And what you'll notice is all the lines have now turned to black, which means that the computer is happy and it knows where everything is in relationship to the origin. So I'm going to hit Finish Sketch. I'm going to go to Extrude, and I want this to be 5 millimeters down. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to switch the direction from default to flipped and hit OK. So now I have this indent 5 millimeters in. So what I want to do is I want to click on that new surface, and I want to create a new sketch on that surface. And what we can do here is we can draw objects, or we can put text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a letter. When this cube right here, when you can read the letters properly, right now it's not in the right direction. I'm going to click this right here, and it's going to rotate it so I can read the word top. When it's in that configuration, you're going to click up near this corner, and we're going to change this from 3 millimeters to 110. And now when I type in here, it will be the right size. Hit OK. That's close to what we want. Now at this point we're still in text mode. You can see that it's still in blue up there. If I hit Escape, I'll turn that off, and it will allow me to be able to move this around. So what we're going to do is we want it to be centered. You don't have to dimension it to the center here. What you can do is just kind of eyeball it and make sure that it's near the center. When you hit Finish Sketch, you can go to extrude, choose the letter. It's going to be 5 millimeters. It's going to be join. It's going to be in the default direction, and you hit OK, and there you have it, your first side. So what you'll do to finish this up is you'll do that to all 6 sides. You can use symbols, you can use emojis, letters, numbers, whatever you need to use. You can even draw things on the sides, but make sure that they're thick enough so that when we 3D print them, they're going to look nice. And that is how you draw a letter block.